Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Jack and Glenn channel. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification. We're talking about Love is Blind, the finale. Boy, episode wasn't that interesting, but it had some good points in there. And I want to break down some of the relationships that are left in Love is Blind. So we talk about, let's start with this one, Ramses and Marissa. We start off with Ramses and Marissa, where we left off at episode number 11 with Ramses kind of questioning their marriage, right? Very tense conversation here. Randy said that he spoke with some of his family members about getting married, and now he's having second thoughts about the ceremony. Can we be honest? This dude was having second thoughts when they were sitting in the kitchen. This dude was having second thoughts when they were talking about having sex, whether with a condom or without the condom, with birth control or no birth control. When he was in the kitchen and he was talking about how he needs to be affectionate when she was going through whatever her emotional, her vitamin D deficiency as she was going through her period. As she was going through, and he was talking about he needs affection, and I don't know if I can't get affection, I don't know if we can be together. If I can't get affection all the time, stop being needy, right? It's not about you, right? In a relationship, when you get married, it becomes about us, and he made it about him, his self-centeredness, him about what he needs. But well, how about what she needs, right? Are you giving her what she needs in a situation? But again, he was out back then, in my opinion. I think he had already checked out, right? He feels that it's a big risk to take. Well, it wasn't a big risk to take to sleep with her, right? It wasn't a big risk when y'all was in Cabo and you acting like jackrabbits, and not big risk to ask for affection and love and feelings. That wasn't a big risk. Now it's 2 days to the wedding and there's a big risk. Like, how did you talk to your family? What did your family members say to you that really make you think, you know what, this may not be it? Matter of fact, if I go back to it, he really wasn't feeling it when her mama was there. Right? Just based off his body language and his actions, mama gonna cut them balls off, bro. She about to snip, but not see her because she gonna cut you for the old and the new. But I digress. So, you know, he in those type feelings, he didn't want to. Is he a big villain? Nah, I'm not calling him a villain. I'm gonna call him the fact that he let her go because he was gonna break her heart. He was gonna break her heart after they got married, right? It's kind of a blessing in disguise, but nobody wants to go through that heartache and that pain to get to the blessing, right? Because he wasn't ready. His first relationship ended. If your family members still have contact with your ex-spouse, right, and they still talk to your ex-spouse on a regular basis, was it really the ex-spouse or was it you? Because I've seen some breakups, and I've seen people like when the ex-spouse like break up, when they divorce, the family like don't excommunicated the ex, right? Just saying, all right, just saying. Marissa's frustrated, right? She's like saying this is a decision that should be based on their feelings for each other and not everyone else's opinion in the relationship. And he was like, well, you know, I made some feelings before. I had feelings before, and my feelings haunted me, and I always used to trust my feelings. How about now? You trust your feelings, all right? Trust your feelings now, and your feelings. If your feelings are telling, he's talking out of both sides of his neck, right? If the feelings are telling you that you need to be with her, then be with her, right? Randy said that he's still haunted by the first divorce and not realizing how much hurt it caused the ex-spouse. I don't care about your ex-spouse, bro. I don't care about your ex-spouse. This is me and you, right? We talked about this. We talked about this in the pods. We talked about this in our relationship. We've talked about your ex-spouse. We talked about your past relationships. I don't care if she's hurting. Guess what? I'm hurting now, right? Marissa is confused by everything he says, right? Then he goes on to say this: is your energy going to be too much for me, right? You enjoyed the energy in the pods. You enjoyed the energy early. You love the energy. There's nothing, you know, it's crazy. And he said, is the energy too much for me? Or is it going to like make me feel, you know, overwhelmed? Is it going to be too much for me? You enjoyed the energy. You love the energy. You enjoy the energy when you're knocking the boots. You enjoy the energy when you cook dinner. You enjoyed the energy when y'all was going, we're missing something somewhere. What energy did she give that was too much, right? She is a hyper-focused, right, woman who's been ex-military. So that means there's structure in her life. That means there's some things that she's going to always do because it's been ingrained in her mind, ingrained in her brain. She's going to be structured. She's going to be organized. She's going to get things done to T. And when she's focused on something, she's going to be focused on that thing, right? So if she's focused on Ramsey at that period, she's going to be focused on him. If she's going to be focused on her getting her law degree and working on her law work and schoolwork and working on a job, she's going to be focused on that. And I think he couldn't take the attention, right? He could not take not being the center of attention in her life or being the most important thing in her life. She is an independent woman. She didn't really need him. She wants to be married. right? When he talks about her energy, she says this: it's just like dating for a couple months. Everybody loves my energy until she made it personal, right? It became personal. Like she heard this before. Like it's always my energy. Her energy to me was great, right? You want somebody who's bubbly, who sees things, that see the glass as half full, right? You want somebody who's able to navigate and to maneuver in adversity and when things are overwhelming, right? Who's not tucking their tail and running, who's willing to stand there and fight with you, who's willing to be happy with you, who's willing to look at the positive things in life. She wanted to make a marriage work. He did not want to make a marriage work. He didn't want to work at it, right? Ramsey said, I fell in love with you, all right, and it hurts. It hurts to hear that her character may be too much, right? We talked about that. And it's like it's almost to the wedding day, right? You told me just 2 days ago, right? That was getting there. And she read it. She read the room. She's like, "You're gonna break up with me. You're gonna break up with me." I don't know about y'all, right? I didn't cry during this scene, but I felt her pain, right? When I saw the scene, when I saw the emotion that she was going through, with her sobbing, getting on her knees, like, "Are you sure?" And I'm not. It wasn't begging. It was trying to make convinced, like, "This is, or is this really what you want?" Right? It was not. She was like, "Is this really what?" It was cringeworthy to me. It was like almost to the point where I'm like, "Love Blind, why you show this?" Right? Because she became real vulnerable here. And what I saw little kid Marissa, right? I saw little kid Marissa bringing all the stuff up in the past relationship. I don't know how old she was when her dad left, but that's what I saw, right? That's what I heard. I saw, like people always leaving me. Like, what's wrong with me? Like, what did I do wrong? Why am I feeling this way? Like, why is it is me? I poured everything into it. I've given all my heart. I even conformed to you. I even probably went out some of my moral standards and values so I can try to keep you. And that's a whole different thing, right? When you go through all this to try to keep a man. And then so I did all this and you still gonna leave me? I did all this and you still gonna walk out on me? I did all this and you're still gonna break my heart. And it's 2 days. I told my family that I'm getting married. I told my mom I'm getting married. I even tried on my dress. I got my wedding dress. I got this ring. I got everything prepared, and we planned this wedding to a T. I remember I told you she's organized. So we planned this wedding to a T. I got everything prepared, organized, and ready to go. And now you're gonna walk out on me? Little kid Marissa showed up. The Marissa who's hiding behind the fact that I'm always successful, but I'm hurting on the inside, showed up. That I need, I needed, not that she needed, I need to be validated by my marriage because this is what I really wanted. And I really thought you was my guy. But it turns out that you're not my guy because you bailed, right? As I mentioned, she might have dodged the bullet because he wasn't 100% in anyway. But here's the lesson, though. The lesson to some of these women on these reality shows and all the things, and I may get hate mail. I may, email me, leave a comment in the comment section below. Stop giving it up too early. Like the first day in Cabo, like y'all couldn't keep your hand, you gave it up too much, right? We learned that's not gonna keep them. That's not gonna keep them. It's much more than that. And he started acting funny when he stopped getting some on a regular basis. Watch the tape, watch the episodes. When she couldn't give him what he wanted, he started questioning, started acting funny. Slow pace it, right? Whatever your belief is, that's why it's important. That's why it says when you get married, then you give yourself, right? At this point, we already locked in the anticipation there. I'm not saying that he couldn't have left her when, after they got married and all that other stuff, but they worked towards that. But I feel for her. I really think she dodged the bullet. Yeah, she dodged the bullet. But I'm kind of, he listened to his heart. He really didn't want. I think he loved her enough that he didn't want to hurt her. And he knew where he was gonna go. And he knew he was gonna hurt her. So let's end it now. So that's why he's not a super bad guy. I give him kudos for that because he ended it before he hurt her after marriage. I think it would have been worse. I mean, she called her mom and crying, and that was one of the most, as I mentioned, one of the most cringy scenes I've seen in a long time. And you can see the hurt, you can see the pain. And I'm sure she's probably better now because that's happened, a while ago. But yeah, Ramsey and Marissa didn't make it down to the altar. But we did have 2 weddings, which were kind of We had 2 weddings. All right. We had Ashley. First wedding we saw Ashley and Tyler as they tied a knot. Ashley is preparing for wedding day. You know, the typical thing: talk to her family, talk to her mom, talk to her girls, have conversation with them. Tyler sends her some flowers. She thought that was beautiful. They get down to the altar. Tyler talks to his mom. Tyler's dad doesn't show up. No, let me back up to Ashley real quick. Ashley's father show up, right? And you can tell they had a strained relationship, that they had a strained past. And she's keeping boundaries on him, right? She's keeping him in a place where I'm not letting you get too close to hurt me, because I know how you were as a father and as a husband to my mom, and you messed around, kind of. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, you know, the old saying, women marry their fathers and sons marry people like their mother. Ashley, you marry somebody like your father, because Tyler is gonna probably mess around with you, right? And I say that based off of what we know after the fact, right? Based off what we know here, right? She let Ashley let her father walk him halfway down the aisle. Then her mother took over the rest. Hey, each his own. Relationship dad hurt you. I get it. You keep in boundaries so you'll never get hurt again. Man, hey, we have to do better. Right? We have to do better with all these hurt children out here, man. We as men, African-American men, we have to do better, right? Our kids are feeling so many things based off of what we've done. And that's a whole different video, whole different topic. But we have to do better, because there's a lot of father issues going on here, right? Ashley and her father, and then we get the father with Tyler, and his father don't even come. And we find out his father is dying, right? His father is dying, and they still didn't want him at the wedding, and he didn't want to come, whichever way you want to put it. I'm like, dang, like, that's why we didn't see your family? That's why we didn't see your dad? Tyler cries during the wedding, and all I can think is doing this is that I know they're both going to say yes. They're both going to say yes. So what happens when you get back home and Ashley finds out that all this other stuff has transpired, that he told half lies, that he told half truths, right? When you get back home and you learn about Bree, you learn about Deshawn, which those are the 2 lesbians that Tyler helped with one baby, right? But there was a whole different relationship and this freakiness that goes on in his life, right? What happens when she finds out all this? Do she say, I'm still sticking by my husband that was pre-me, right? Because I think there should be some counseling involved, right? And I'm not in their marriage, each his own. I just don't want to see I don't want to see Ashley get hurt, right? There's a lot that she doesn't know, right? Tyler presented his best self. Do I think Tyler does not like Ashley? I might be the minority here. I think he's really in love with Ashley. I don't think he's going to play her, but I think he got a lot of demons that he got to deal with. Because outside of the pies, I don't think she married him. Right? If she knows what's going on, if this wasn't Love is Blind, if this wasn't the pies, if this wasn't a show, she doesn't deal with Tyler, right? But Tyler given her his best representative. He's really into her. He really cares about her. He's doing everything that she wants him to do. All this love, and it's a TV show, right? And she's getting this side, doesn't know anything about the other. Sure, this is my dude, all right? They do the African jump the broom type deal. Now you have Mr. and Mrs. Francis. For how long? We don't know, right? We'll find out at the reunion, which I also don't like Love is Blind. Give us some previews to the reunion, right? You didn't give us any previews. Give me something, right? Give us something. All right. But no, Tyler and them get married. No big things. They're typical wedding. They built a story together. Tyler cried, said that's a soulmate. His boys was like, dog, are you done? Like, really, this is what we're going to do? His boys knew that he was a dog. His boys knew that he could run around. His boys was like, if you caught it, his boy like, you sure we getting married? Like, what happened to Tyler we knew? Oh, that Tyler's still there. Well, that Tyler was there prior to the pods. Now, when he comes here, don't know, right? Only time will tell. But he has a lot of baggage that he brought into this marriage. And I'm not sure if she's willing to deal with that baggage, because now you're together. You're one. I don't know if they got married in D.C. or Maryland, right? And I say that because they're different rules. If you're married and he has all this child support, is she on the hook for the child support that he owes? Because they married now, the 2 and 1. His finances become her finance. Just a thought. Just a thought. We'll get to that at the reunion. We'll talk about all that. Ashley and Tyler, they're married. Don't think it's gonna work. Y'all let me know what you think. Leave a comment in the comment section below. I take it back. I think it's gonna work because she's gonna stick with her man, and she's gonna put in her mind, he doesn't treat me like that. This is all this happened before me, and yeah, I think that's the way that she's gonna portray it. And this is our business, and let us handle our business. Is what it is. Each his own. People trying to warn you. That's it. All you can do is heed to a warning, or don't take a warning. Hey, but move on. Well, I move on. All right. Then we get Taylor and Garrett. They take a leap of faith. They take their leap into marriage. They work out. Taylor's father comes and helps Garrett get dressed. Her father assures Garrett that everything's gonna be okay, that it's gonna be fine. You know, it's good to see her dad get on TV, right? He didn't get there when they went to San Diego. Good to see her dad be willing to participate in a marriage. When Taylor finishes getting ready and he has a private moment with his own parents, right? His mom, and even in the last minutes, kind of convinced him, like, you sure about this thing? Are you sure? Do you really want to do this? Like, she is really like she's losing, like he's moving. Well, he's moving to California. I can't say that. Yeah, he's moving. Like, you are kind of losing a son because he's leaving from what you're used to. He's not going to be Fredericksburg. But again, he's doing his own thing, right? And that's the thing that his family, his mom doesn't say, I'm losing a part of me, who my son is. When something presents itself like this, she says, sometimes you just have to jump. I'm jumping in, Taylor said, and I'm trusting that Garrett is going to catch me. Even if not, I know that I will have an incredible safety net that will help me get through this, right? His family will be a safety net. She's going to catch you. They're like, dog, did anybody think that they wasn't going to get married? Like, this had been the most smoothest couple throughout the whole episode, throughout the whole season, right? They're going to get married. They're like, come on, Love is Blind. Give me something, right? Right? Which is there. So they get down the aisle. They do their vows. It's beautiful. They start having communication with each other. They talk. They perfectly match. Look, they see each other. They get married, right? He like, I really caught a big fish. She jokes at the end of her vows, referring to Garrett's spearfishing hobby. I really caught a big fish. You caught the best guy that you could, right? This is who it is. I think they're going to do well together. I think the move to San Diego may enhance their relationship even more because he's away from his family. He has to focus on her, but it's also because, again, hey, sometimes you got to leave what you know, right? Leave what you know to get closer to the person that you love, all right? And so he's going to get closer to her. They're going to be okay. In my opinion, when we get to the reunion, they're going to be fine. Done deal, right? They had a great reception. Families get together. Look, they leave away. They leave away on a private horse-drawn carriage, and they ride into the reception with their family. And they have fun. They're sitting on you see them drinking at the end, just conversing. Nothing exciting, nothing major with Tyler and Garrett. Typical wedding. And they're married. So we left with this episode of Love is Blind, this season of Love is Blind, with two married couples. We'll see at the reunion if they still married. We'll see if Ashley and Tyler, the secret comes out. I'm really waiting for the reunion, right? The stuff with Steven, the stuff with Hannah and Nick, the stuff with Tyler and Ashley, and stuff with Ramses, like him and Marissa. But again, Marissa dodged the bullet, in my opinion. Y'all let me know what you think. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Once again, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification. Did you enjoy season 7 of Love is Blind? I did. I enjoyed it. Enjoyed reviewing it for you. We'll do the reunion, right, when that comes out. And once again, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification. We thank you for rocking with us. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Peace.